Hello and welcome to another video by Johnny. Chào mừng các bạn lại đến một video khác của Johnny nha. In this video, I will read out loud again, of course. That's what the title is about. I will read in English, of course, the reading passage 3 from test number 3 of the book Cambridge, practice test number 13. Trong cái video này mình sẽ đọc to bằng tiếng Anh, of course, để các bạn tập phát âm cái bài reading passage 3 của test 3, test 3 trong cuốn Cambridge số 13, practice test số 13. Rồi, okay. So let's start. Whatever happened to the Harappan civilization? Whatever happened to the Harappan civilization? New research sheds light on the disappearance of an ancient society. The Harappan civilization of ancient Pakistan and India flourished 5,000 years ago, but 1,000 years later their cities were abandoned. The Harappan civilization was a sophisticated Bronze Age society who built megacities and traded internationally in luxury craft products, and yet seem to have left almost no depictions of themselves. But their lack of self-imagery at a time when the Egyptians were carving and painting representations of themselves all over their temples is only part of the mystery. Now B. There is plenty of archaeological evidence to tell us about the rise of the Harappan civilization, but relatively little about its fall, explained archaeologist Dr. Cameron Petrie of the University of Cambridge. As population increased, cities were built that had great baths, craft workshops, palaces, and halls laid out in distinct sectors. Houses were arranged in blocks with wide main streets and narrow alleyways, and many had their own wells and drainage systems. It was very much a thriving civilization. Then around 2100 BC, a transformation began. Streets went unclean, buildings started to be abandoned, and ritual structures fell out of use. After their final demise, a millennium passed before really large-scale cities appeared once more in South Asia. C. Some have claimed that major glacier-fed rivers changed their course, dramatically affecting the water supply and agriculture, or that the cities could not cope with an increasing population. They exhausted their resource base. The trading economy broke down, or they succumbed to invasion and conflict. And yet others that climate change caused an environmental change that affected food and water provision. It's unlikely that there was a single cause for the decline of the civilization, But the fact is, until now, we have had little solid evidence from the area for most of the key elements, said Petrie. A lot of the archaeological debates has really only been well-argued speculation. D. A research team led by Petrie, together with Dr. Ravindana Singh, of Banaras Hindu University in India found early in their investigations that many of the archaeological sites were not where they were supposed to be, completely altering understanding of the way that this region was inhabited in the past. When they carried out a survey of how the larger area was settled in relation to sources of water, they found inaccuracies in the published geographic locations of ancient settlements ranging from several hundreds meters to many kilometers. They realized that any attempts to use the existing data were likely to be fundamentally flawed. Over the course of several seasons of field work, they carry out new surveys, finding an astonishing 198 settlement sites that were previously unknown. Now, research published by Dr. Yama Dixit and Professor David Hodel, both from Cambridge Department of Earth Sciences, has provided the first definitive evidence for climate change affecting the plains of northwestern India, where hundreds of Harappan sites are known to have been situated. The researchers gathered shells of Melanoides tuberculata snails from the sediments of an ancient lake and used geochemical analysis as a means of tracing the climate history of the region. As today, the major source of water in the lake is likely to have been the summer monsoon, says Dixit, but we have observed that there was an abrupt change about 4,100 years ago, when the amount of evaporation from the lake exceeded the rainfall, indicative of a drought. Hodels adds, we estimate that the weakening of the Indian summer monsoon climate lasted about 200 years before recovering to the previous conditions, which we still see today. F. It has long been thought that other great Bronze Age civilizations also declined at the same time, with a global-scale climate event being seen as the cause. While it is possible that these local-scale processes were linked, the real archaeological interest lies in understanding the impact of these larger-scale events on the different environments and different populations. Considering the vast area of the Harappan civilization with its variable water systems, explains Singh, it is essential that we obtain more climate data from the areas close to the two great cities at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, and also from the Indian Punjab. G. Petrie and Singh's team is now examining archaeological records and trying to understand details of how people led their lives in the region 5 millennia ago. They are analyzing grains cultivated at the time and trying to work out whether they were grown under extreme conditions of water stress and whether they were adjusting the combination of crops they were growing for different weather systems. They are also looking at whether the types of pottery used and other aspects of their material culture were distinctive to specific regions or were more similar across larger areas. This gives us insight about the types of interactive networks that the population was involved in and whether those changed. H. Petrie believes that archaeologists are in a unique position to investigate how past societies responded to environmental and climatic change. By investigating responses to environmental pressures and threats, we can learn from the past to engage with the public and the relevant governmental and administrative bodies to be more proactive in issues such as the management and administration. Sorry, this one is administrative bodies. So administration of water supply, the balance of urban and rural development, and the importance of preserving cultural heritage in the future. Okay, that's the end. Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, share video này và hãy subscribe cho channel này và nhấn vào nút cái chuông bên cạnh subscribe các bạn nha, để được thông báo về những video mới nha. Please like this video, share this video and subscribe to this channel. And also please press on the bell button next to the subscribe button to get notified about my new uploads. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Bye bye.